Hey everyone, this is Patty from Metaphysical Insight, and I want to talk a little bit today about what our passed over loved ones want for us. Okay, um, I've been asked this question, and I've had several clients, whom I do mediumship readings for. They wonder, what our passed over loved ones want for us, since they're gone, and what do they see for us, what do they want us to be doing, now that they've passed on, how should we feel? um, they obviously were, human here on the earthly plane before they've, gone on to their energy mode. And so they know what, happiness is, sadness is, grief is. They've experienced those things if they've lived, long enough on the earthly plane. And so they understand that we are going to go through what we call a grieving process. And that's, whatever it is, for each of us. Everybody grieves differently and their length of time is differently. Um, they understand that we're going to cry about it, we're going to be sad about it, we're going to be angry about it. There's going to be a whole lot of other things. We're going to talk about it. We're going to have all these different feelings that, they already know that and they understand that. But what they don't want, or actually what they really do want for us, is to be happy. Okay, because um, all they've experienced on the earthly plane is now, in negative ways and stuff like that, is now, gone. Okay, it's now gone where they are. So they're now feeling happiness, joy, peace. They don't have any ailments, they don't have any of that stuff going on. So they can see even more from their point being passed on to how we feel, what's happening in our lives now, and what we should be doing. And they see a whole lot more than we could ever see on this earthly plane while we're here. And so what they want for us, the number one thing is, yes, to be happy. They do not want us to grieve for weeks and months and years. And believe me, there are people that do that. um, this may sound a little weird and a little cold and callous, but it's not. It's really trying to help you be on the road to healing and move on with your life. Yes, we're going to be talking about them for a while. We are going to be, we have to vent. We have to get these things out of our system because that's part of the healing process. We do need to talk about things. We do need to talk about them. We do need to acknowledge, what happened to them and that they are gone. But they do not want us grieving all that time. And the only way to start healing from their passing is to not talk about them every minute of every day. I know that sounds, I don't know, callous and stuff like that, but it's not. Believe me, the way to heal is to vent it out, get your feelings, get your grief done, and then start living life because they want you to live life. They now know what it's like, okay, for us to have to really live the life we can before we end back. Well, yeah, back actually, we came from there, so we end back with them up there in heaven, the place that we call heaven. And so there comes a time you have to, stop crying about it. You have to stop talking about it. You have to stop, thinking about it like excessively. You have to stop doing that. And you have to start, going, I'm going to live because that's what they want me to do. They want me to be happy. They want me to live. People that were married and getting called chills are just validating for me. People that were married, okay, doesn't matter how long you were married to this person that passed over. You may feel, oh my God, they don't want me to find someone else in my life. I shouldn't do that. I feel bad. I feel guilty. I love them so much. They don't want me maybe to move on to someone else. Maybe they want me, just to be, hanging on with them forever. No, no, that's absolutely what they do not want for you. They want you to find someone for your life if you so desire. other than the reason you're thinking. Okay. Um, they want you to go on to have someone in your life, whether it's, a new marriage, or a companion for your life. They want that happiness for you. That's what we're here on the earthly plane for, is to find love and have someone in our lives, to care for each other. They do not want you to say, well, I'm never going to, marry again. I'm never going to have a companion in my life again. That's absolutely what they do not want for you. They want happiness for you. You need, to move on, and say, okay, just be, a lot of people, and I'm going to add myself in there too, because, we are human. And, we think if we stop talking about them, if we stop looking at their pictures, if we stop crying, if we stop thinking about them, oh my God, that's a bad thing. I feel guilty. And, they're going to think that I don't love them, and I never loved them, or, I don't love them anymore, or, I'm never going to remember them. That's not true. What happens is we grieve through the sadness, and we get to a point of where we're able to actually deal with it and tolerate the fact that they are gone. Okay. And then, we start to, live our lives. We start to move forward. We start to go out again. We start to enjoy ourselves again. We start to meet new people. We start dating again, and we find someone for our lives. That's what they want us to do. Okay. Now, we can't force you to do that, but that's what they want you to do. And believe me, I'm going to tell you from experience, because I read, a lot of, mediumship readings and connected over with people that tell me all kind of stuff. Okay, that they, every single one, I could tell you, every single one wants their person and people on the earthly plane to move forward in their life and stop grieving and crying over them. Get to living again. That's what they want for you. Get to living again. You're not supposed to spend the rest of your life on the earthly plane, crying and carrying on and not moving forward. Absolutely not what they want. That's not what we're supposed to be doing just because someone we loved, passed away. So, after, another thing that we do as human beings is, say, it was a child, or it was a, husband, a wife, a spouse, or something like that. And you have all of their things in the room. Okay. You have all their clothes, all their belongings, everything. Yes, it's nice to have that and look at for a while, but if you understand this, and again, remember, I'm coming from here for healing. It's always from the healing end of things here. If you continue having that, if you continue looking at all of that stuff, if you continue going in that room and crying, or holding those clothes and crying, you're not going to heal. It's like everybody that has a scab, you keep picking at it, and now it hurts again, and it has to have a scab over to try and heal. The longer you keep picking that scab off, looking at those items, dealing with it, crying, the longer it takes to heal. Okay, the longer it takes to heal. Just because they want you, if you want to keep an item or two, maybe something that was special to them, or they left something to you in their will, or whatever it is. Okay, that's fine. That's fine and dandy. That's fine to do so. But to keep all their clothes and keep all their goods or items is not what they want you to do. Every single one that I've read for, that's passed over, that I've spoken to, said, get rid of my stuff. Give it away. It's not doing anybody any good on the earthly plane when somebody can actually enjoy what they had. They want you to give it to others, whether you sell it, you need the money, or you donate it, to, an organization. They just, or anything, give it to friends, give it to anyone you want to. They want you to pass it on so someone else can enjoy it. It's doing nobody any good sitting in their room. The clothes aren't doing anybody good sitting in the closet. That's what they keep telling me, and I already know that. That's common sense, okay? But the pain, if that's like the final, here it is. It's like if we don't have that stuff, if we stop thinking about them, we're worried we're gonna forget them. We're worried about, we feel guilty, and we're worried we're gonna forget them. So if you don't have the clothes, if you don't have their, items, if you don't have all that stuff there, you're, oh my God. And also, we feel like once that stuff is gone, it's final. They're really dead. Because in our minds, if we have those things there, the clothes, the goods, anything, that to us, it's almost like they're still alive. Like we're holding on to them. Like as long as I have that, maybe they're not dead. They're not gone. That's not the truth. We all know it's not the truth. And that's not healthy either, emotionally or mentally, to do that. So they want you to pick an item or two or whatever. You can hold on to that, keep that as a keepsake, a memory for them, hug it, put it somewhere, hang it, whatever you want to do, make something out of it. And the rest give away, please. Because that's the only way that you're really going to heal. And you know what? You're not going to forget them. You're not going to forget them. And you know what? They are gone. They are not on the earthly plane anymore. You don't have to hold on to that. That's not going to bring them back. Nothing is going to bring them back unless they reincarnate somewhere. Okay? And you probably won't even know that. Most of the time you won't know that. Okay? But they will come visit you, their spirit. They're like, they don't need that stuff. They are going to always be with you. They had never gone. We passed over, they're never gone. Their spirit's always here. So you're not losing them if you give away their clothes or their toys or, their car that they had or anything like that. It's okay. Let someone else enjoy it. They tell me to tell my clients, let someone else enjoy it. So I totally get it. I understand, because that's human nature, and we do have those emotions and we do have those feelings, and it is very, very painful to lose a loved one. Believe me, I know. I have lost my mother. I lost my father. It's 20 years for my mother, and it's much, much longer, okay, for my dad. And my dad passed away when he was only 42. So, it's a very, very long time. And I can tell you this, I never forget them. I think of them every single day. You're not going to forget your loved one. It's never going to leave your mind. And I do accept the fact that they are gone. But here's the thing, they're physically gone, but they're with me in spirit. I feel them, I smell them, I hear them, they give me signs, all of that stuff. And you don't have to be a psychic medium for that. You can, you'll feel them. It's your intuition. You know what I'm saying? They'll give you a sign. You'll get the signs. You'll get the butterflies. You'll get the, letters. You'll get, the numbers. You'll get the change on the street. You'll get all of that stuff. Dragonflies. You'll get all of the signs that they send, and then some. Birds and whatever you get. You're still going to get that, even though you give away their stuff. It's okay. It's called releasing and then healing. And it will be one of the hardest things that you have to do, other than saying goodbye to them when they passed away initially. So I understand how difficult that's going to be, but that's what they want you to do. What does my passed over loved one want me to do on the earthly plane? They want you to be happy. They want you to move on with your lives. They want you to find love again. They want you to live your life, because they know now how short life is on the earthly plane. They know that. And they don't want you wasting all of your time, grieving and grieving and grieving over them. They understand it's hard. They do understand it, because they now understand everything that they didn't on the earthly plane. Now they understand it. That's why they can freely say, grieve and then move on with your life. If you find that you just can't, then it might be time for you to seek a therapist, like counseling person to help you along, someone who's trained in that field. They have people who are specially trained in grieving. They're everywhere, okay? So they're called grief counselors and therapists. And if you find that you just cannot pick yourself up and move on, it would behoove you to seek out one of those counselors. Believe me, so you could start living your life again. So, this video is not, to sound callous or, uncaring or, not compassionate. It's not that at all. I am just passing on to you what I already actually know. But it's what your past over loved ones have told me time and time again to please, tell my loved ones that, I'm fine. It's okay. It's okay for you to love again. It's okay for you to care for another human being again. It's okay for you, to get in your car and go to that place that you love. Take a trip, go on a cruise. It's okay to release my material goods. It's not doing you any good anyway. It's okay to keep a few items if you want to, but release the rest because you're doing a good deed. In turn, you're doing two good deeds. You're healing and you're doing a good deed for someone else who will benefit by their material goods. And so actually, that's a way of letting your loved one live on as well too. You want to train your mind to think in that direction. It's not finalization, which we all go right down that road. If I give it away, it's final. That means it's really true. They're really gone. They're really gone. You need to live again. You need to love again. And what do your passed over loved ones really want for you? What do they want you to do? They want you to love again. They want you to live your life to the fullest because it can be taken away at the snap of a finger. Just like that, it could be taken away. And that's not what they want. They can see your life and where you're going. They might not be able to tell you, when your time is up, they may not be able to tell you. But so that's all the more that they, encourage you. They almost insist that you move forward. And they try and do that from, the afterlife. They try and help us move forward the best they can. But they can only do so much because we also have free will here. And some of us just, have a hard time releasing in general. Okay, it's hard time, moving on from people and relationships that are on the earthly plane still. So they already know that. They already know the kind of person you are. And, they know you're going to probably either be able to grieve and then move on, or they know that you're going to not be able to do that. It's going to be a very difficult road for you. And they will try and help you. And if you're on that difficult road, if you're grieving way too long, if you're constantly, you talking about them and it's, months later, unhealthily. It's okay to talk about them. It's okay, to have wonderful memories. It's okay to do those things. But you know what I'm talking about here. If it's excessive and it's causing you to be stagnant in your life and not move forward, that's where it's a problem. That's where it's a problem. That's where, they want you to go get help to be able to move forward in life. So I just wanted to do this little video for you out there because, I've gotten questions from people. And also, I've had, several clients, like, more than should be, that are having a very difficult time moving forward. But I understand that. And so I wanted to put it out to you because it's not healthy to stay in the grieving mode for long, for a prolonged period of time. And again, we all have our own, manner and time of grieving, but there does come a point where you have to take that step and live your life. And that's what they want for you. Love and live your life again. Okay. All right, everybody, have a great one. I hope that this, video helped you in some way. I wish you lots of love and healing. Okay. Take care.